Man, I'm sick of hearing about AI. Are you guys sick of hearing about AI? This is what bugs me. I've been working in video for 30 plus years, over 33 years. I can work in Photoshop, I can do graphics. I mean, from end to end, I can make videos. However, what hurts is when someone accuses me of using AI. It's like, and it's been on a rare occasion, right? But these days, that actually passes through my mind. If I cut something and create something that's pretty darn good, I have people going like, "Oh, I wonder if that's even real." I mean, no, it's digital, but I created it with these hands right here and this mind right here. Have I used AI elements? Yes. And not ashamed to do so. For instance, 3 seconds at the beginning of my Grace Under Pressure, I took their thing and I said, "Hey, AI, can you make a little video out of this?" It was 3 seconds in a short. I'm not ashamed to do that. I'm not going to spend 4 days animating something by hand. But everything else I make from scratch, from my own mind, with my own hands, and 30 plus years experience. I bring all that up, not to prop myself up, not about ego. That's the last thing that I'm about, is ego, to my detriment. But to talk about AI, that it's here, and that's all people talk about now. It's ridiculous. And I know I used to watch the YouTube channel, the Y Files, no more because of it. Yeah, exactly. And I know, and we all, it's kind of weird, right? Do you guys remember the Christmas movie? Robert Zemeckis, I believe, is the guy who directed it. The Christmas train one, whatever it's called, the kids on the train that go up to Christmasville to see Santa. It's called the Uncanny Valley. That movie and some others like it, in the early days of animation when they were trying to animate humans, they tried to make them look real, but the tech wasn't there yet. The Uncanny Valley is when you look at it and you're kind of aghast because it wants to look human, but it looks like a wax mask that's moving, right? That's that Uncanny Valley. That's what it's called. Thank you, Polar Express. Apologies for not getting the name, all right? And Tom Hanks plays multiple characters. Now we're caught up. Why do I bring this up? Because Pixar was smart. When Pixar made Toy Story and beyond and all their movies, they don't try to make their human characters look fully human. There's a Pixar look to them, isn't there? They're animated characters that are humans, but they don't try to make them truly look human. And they haven't, and that was such a smart move creatively. We are to a point. Think about Rogue One, where they have come pretty darn close, and since then, even more so. In Rogue One, though, they brought him back from the dead, and Princess Leia in Rise of Skywalker. But in Rogue One, they brought out the old guy, and they basically rose him from the dead, if you will. Those were still kind of early days. They're still working on it. Why am I bringing up the Uncanny Valley in this whole thing? Because I feel that instinctively, you and I just this kind of know. We have a feeling, a visceral reaction going, I think a computer made that. I think that's AI, right? And it's almost like we're on guard to it now, too. Those hands. So many of us had this gut reaction going, okay, is that AI? No, it's Hugh Syme taking probably some modern shortcuts, pulling out stuff from stock photos and stuff, putting them together in Photoshop. He did most of the work, I hope. Hugh Syme is a brilliant artist who's been giving us brilliance for decades. Love the Hugh Syme. But when we see that, I think me instinctively, my first thing, oh frick! I thought this new album cover, which I don't care for, was AI. I thought maybe one of us fans out there had AI quote make it, right? And then I'm like, holy crap, that's from Rush. No, Alex tweet. Like I found out that was real. That's my take on AI these days. I think we just have a feeling. Sometimes it's blaring. Right? I've seen some photos where there's phantom hands and there's some weird crap going on and AI's made a composite within 3 minutes. If you ask me to go into Photoshop, and what is a composite? A composite is putting together multiple layers and images, right? You have a person, you have a background, you have layers, and you have titles, right? And that's how they're represented in the software, different layers, and same with video and so on. You have layers of things building one composite image, right? A full image that you see. That's called a composite. If you ask me to do that, you better check in 4 hours from now. Minimum 4 hours. Because it takes a long time. It takes a long time to truly get it right. So there's my little aside on AI and compositing and that kind of stuff. Don't care much for the originals, not sure. Yeah. Now, yes, the original one. You're talking about the one with the kind of weird head and the weird pastel seascape and the PNG. Is it? We've shared the fact that we like that vice grip thing. My wife said it's not a vice grip, but I think you were probably talking about this right here, that the original cover. The last time I checked, guys, the $2.99 one had sold out. No. Okay, it looks like they got some more in stock. These box sets, $300, $375. And it makes you go, okay, what? Expensive. Here's why I'm bothered by it. I just want to buy vinyl. I want, I want like the Terry Brown mix. I'd love to hear that. Love to get that maybe on vinyl, something like that. But also, I want the Blu-ray. All right, I want that Blu-ray. So I want to buy that. I don't need almost $400 worth of like new graphics. And a lot of them, we all agree, these new graphics, I know it's Hugh Syme. Hugh Syme. Been doing beautiful work for multiple bands, mostly Rush, for all these years. But guess what? Now it sort of looks like AI. So if your artwork, when you put your hands to the computer and you're creating something, and if it looks like a computer could have made it, you got to go, okay, I would never disparage anyone or take anyone down a notch for the art that they create. Art is special. I've said it once and I'll say it again. The box set that you see pictured there, I wish that we could buy the pieces individually. I'm all for a big box set. I own a couple. I have Permanent Waves. I have the first album box set, the unboxed, or whatever they call it, reboxed. Will, you know this. Some of them I only have the CD version, but my ask, Getty, Alex, Rush, Backstage, whoever's making the call, please at some point let me buy the Terry Brown mix digitally on vinyl. Let me get the Blu-ray, just that. And my additional thought is, if you and I, maybe we don't want to or cannot buy the $300, $375 dollar box set, guess what? I'm in that store. I'm buying a Blu-ray. Okay, it's whatever it costs. It's definitely not $100. I'm buying that Blu-ray set. Okay, just that. But guess what? Here's where it'll work out for Rush monetarily, is that I now am encouraged to go buy myself a t-shirt as well, right? Since I'm not chunking down almost $400, I'm like, okay, I'm spending 40, I could spend a few more bucks and get free shipping. You know what I mean? Like, it falls into that thing where you're buying some extra stuff, right? A value add kind of proposition. I come here for the Blu-ray, I walk out with a hat and a mug. You know what I mean? So there's definitely, there's a case to be made there for something that's not just this massive box set. The box set's great. The box set's cool. I made an entire video about it. I'm not saying that, but for those of us who maybe can't, maybe won't, don't want to, or just think it's too expensive, let us buy them individually. There's my pitch. I just want to throw it out there. Check out Will's Rush page, please. He's a great guy. He's always supported me, and I like him. I have a link on my page to him. So anyway, I really love your stuff, Will. Matt, A. Young, Jason, man, and the other guys here, thank you for being here. I'm going to miss a couple names. Apologies. It's way up in the chat. But again, thank you. Check out my new videos, and I appreciate you. Kill them with kindness. That was a stupid thing to say. Oh, that's the worst way in the world to wrap up this video. Anyway, guys, I say thank you because I mean it. I appreciate you. And Matt, you're my brother, man. I appreciate you. You've been in some of you guys. I'm going to wrap it up after this. I promise. A lot of you guys, and I tag you in my videos, have gone into that true friendship zone. That has been a blessing I never expected. Just to have friends who share the same kind of nerdy loves that I love. Anyway, yeah, I'm really pouring it on, but I mean every word. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. Guys, thank you again. You guys have a good night. See you next time.